Fire and Flower is a dedicated cannabis retailer in Canada. We have had a lot of milestones so far, not the least of which was the public listing in the TMX. But we've also had great successes. We've announced 2 lottery winner arrangements in Ontario, so we'll be opening Fire and Flower branded stores here in conjunction with them. But also we recently announced a $10 million milestone of revenues, which is fantastic. That was on 9 stores in the first 90 days post-legalization. So the stores are showing that the demand is there and that the revenue is there. And certainly now being listed, we have a lot more opportunities. I think for Fire and Flower, one of the largest growth opportunities is going to be the Ontario market. Obviously, it's got a population of 13 to 14 million people, and it's Canada's largest province, and I think that's going to be a dominant market for us. One of the major challenges we're seeing is a sort of slower rollout than anticipated in the summer due to sort of product constraints. But as that comes and clears up through the channel, I think we're going to have good success opening stores. Well, I think Fire and Flower is first and foremost an independent. So we are not a vertically integrated licensed producer where we're coming into the space of retail, and there's no channel conflict there for us. And then we're also not a company with a legacy business that's looking to cannabis as a growth engine, so legacy retail or legacy other industries. We were dedicated and started from scratch as a cannabis retailer in Canada. I think that's important. It's allowed us to actually look at what the best practices of retailers are out there, and then take our substantial cannabis experience and forge them together. So for us, for example, we acquired Hi-Fire, which is a digital tech company in the summer, and I think that's important for all retailers that want to compete at retail, and it's something that we don't see in the space yet. Well, for the first sort of few years, there are no cannabis brands now in terms of product brands. And obviously companies are going to work very hard to get those products out there and develop brands, but it's very challenging. So our investment thesis is we really think that the brand of retailer is going to be more important than the brand of any individual product for the first few years while those product brands are developed. And we think that a collective partnership with the licensed producers who are trying to create those brands is going to create value for our company. They obviously need to create products. We have a market for these products. We engage directly with the consumer, and I think that we're going to be able to provide them with a lot of interesting intelligence to develop the right products for our consumers. I think that if you believe that the cannabis industry is here to stay and it's going to grow, and then if you also believe that of that industry, the real growth is going to happen at the retail end, which is the direct-to-consumer end, then I think Fire and Flower is a pretty natural investment proposition because we're going to be a leader in that market. I think many things, not the least of which is it gives us credibility with our regulators. Each province regulates cannabis retailers very, very vigorously, and I think it helps our regulators understand that we're a well-governed company and that there's a lot of rules that apply to us as well. So that's one of them. The other one is obviously access to capital. This is going to be, our growth plans are aggressive, and so acquisitions and access to capital is going to be important.